T-Guy. Named Rim Shot, but we may have to change it.
Yeah.
Zip Tie. That's his name now.
Truth be told, I've driven this car a couple of times, but I've not went over half throttle on it. Today, I'm going to go ahead and drive the car and let you guys know my thoughts on the camshaft and how this thing runs.
Let's go ahead and bust this thing off. There we go. Something I want to talk about is having a cam like this in an automatic car. What it's like. In this particular car, I really noticed no difference in drivability at all between the other camshaft that we have. For me, the converter and everything just sucks it right up and you never notice it. Tires are still sticky from like 2 weeks ago when I did that burnout in the driveway. You hear rocks flying up. Ooh, my windshield's dirty. All right, so what are we gonna do today? Well, just gonna drive it a little bit and we'll probably go half throttle, maybe a little more. I don't know, we may just go ahead and mat it and see what happens. I've got a feeling that the car is going to run a little stronger on the top end, but maybe not in the low end. We'll see. So smooth. This car is smooth as it can be. And that's just like barely laying into the throttle. Wow, this thing, you can feel the power up top. Versus what it had, you can definitely feel how this thing wants to pull. Holy crap, I like it. And yes, I guess my tires are out of balance. I'm not sure what's going on. This thing's definitely got a shimmy to it. That was only about half throttle. I just kind of rolled into it and then backed off a little bit. Car made instantly like 12 pounds of boost from what I saw. I didn't even look at the AFR. I've got to do a better job looking at the AFR gauge. But I mean, it's just as smooth as it can be, guys. Check this out. Listen. This is a good spot to be in. Now, it may sound loud on camera, but the car is actually not that loud inside. All right, so I can't do the AOD shuffle while I'm holding the phone. I do have a head mount, but I didn't bring it. So we'll wait on this car, and then we'll just kind of roll into it a little harder from a slow roll. The tires are still hot. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. Nice. Now, this car did shift way early. That's what happens if you leave it in drive. But wow, I'm definitely loving this. Just check it out. Just check it out. All the
freaking rock. These tires are sticky as hell. Man, I love driving this thing. Love it, love it, love it. I must say, I'm very impressed with this build. Just overall, with this car, with the way that it's all come together, I'm really impressed with it. Now, I like a lot of my builds. I like, well, all of my builds. A couple little issues with that car, but I love that car. But I'm telling you that there's something special about this one. We'll get into that in another video, okay? Because I do want to make a video about that. So we'll cover that later on, but just know that I have a lot to say about this particular car. What are my thoughts after my first real drive with the car, like actually kind of getting into it a little bit? What do I think about it? Honestly, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. It's exactly what I hoped it would be. It feels pretty much identical down low. Like, I don't really notice any difference, which is crazy, but I notice no difference down low from what I can tell. But where I can tell a difference is somewhere around like 4,500 RPM, this thing seems to just want to scream. Now, when you watch that video, it's going to seem like it just revs up and then falls on its face. That's because I backed off the throttle a little and I didn't like do the AOD shuffle, right? With an AOD car that still has the automatic valve body in it, that's just what you have to do. Well, there are some tricks out there, but either way. So I didn't do the AOD shuffle, so the car kind of shifted early. But here's what I can tell you. It's strong. It's definitely stronger than it was. And the car already ran good, but it pulls like a freight train now around 4,500. I don't really know what else to say about it other than the fact that this is exactly what I wanted, guys. I know I've had a lot of people, you know, say, man, I thought you were going to keep this car kind of stock. Like, why have you done some of the things that you've done? It seems kind of radical, right? In comparison to the original idea. What was the original idea of this car, though? What was the one thing that I said I wanted to do with this car? Drive it. And it is just as freaking drivable as a stock car. Listen to me. It is just as drivable as a stock car. It's crazy. Now, you will notice the stall a little bit. You'll notice it. It shifts a little firmer. Outside of that, it's basically a stock car. And to be honest with you, all those things are great things anyway, right? I love the way the cam sounds in the car. It's still not radical. What I like about it is when I pull up to like a stop sign and I'm creeping up, right? I got the car in drive and I'm just easing up. I can hear the cam. I can hear that lope. I can hear it hit. I mean, it's counting it off as I'm pulling up to a stop sign, and I like that. I love it. It's hard to get one of these cars with an automatic to do that without a big cam. Now, a big cam car is going to hit regardless. Remember, this is still a street cam. This is a small cam. I will tell you that it is under 550 lift, for sure. I love it. The car feels great. We'll know more about it once I can get into it and lay into it, so maybe I can get a rider with me, get their reaction, and that way I can do the AOD shuffle and we can really kind of see what this thing does. But for right now, no complaints, zero. I love this build. I got more to say about it in an upcoming video. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.
Thank you.